Alright, hey everyone, this is Ash. Welcome back to The King's Speech. So as you may or may not have noticed, the video layout of my channel is once again changed slightly. I finally managed to get a monitor and everything set up in my recording area, so hopefully this helps me when I'm doing my reaction reviews to actually see these spreads in full glorious color, not have to lean in close to them and kind of zoom in and everything when I'm doing my reactions and reviews. So I think you'll kind of get what the new angles and everything looks like once I actually start getting into the chapters. But if anyone has any feedback about the layout, anything else, if something seems fuzzy to you, whatnot, please do let me know. But without further ado, after a brief hiatus last week, we're going to be diving back into my Haikyuu reaction reviews with a double chapter reaction this week. So let's get started with chapter 388, and we pick up with Kageyama remembering what his grandfather Kazuo told him last chapter with, "If you get really good, I promise you, somebody who's even better will come and find you." And you see Kageyama's back as he's just replaying all the events as he's replaying the highlights of the last chapter. And you have Sakusa-san's hits are just as tricky to dig as always. I'm sure he's only gotten stronger than before too. Heck, how stupidly reliable is he on serve defense alone? How stupidly reliable he's on serve defense alone makes him a huge pain. Bakudo-san is a threat too. His ability to instantly assess a situation coupled with the athletic talent to immediately adapt is dangerous. It's no surprise he was right there for Hinata's bluffed set. Then there was Miya-san's dump right when we're still reeling from Bakudo-san's surprise Chester. Oh boy, I love that. He hit on that plug before I could react. That bugs me. Then there's that runt. And you see Ushijima serves. We have chapter 388, The Greatest Opponent, part 2 by Haruichi Furudate. And you see Ushijima just railing the spike with a wham. And you see Hinata just going down for a dig as he just digs it perfectly with a bump. And he's like, yes, dead on. And he just instantly gets back up into standing position. Kageyama's hand is balance. He always could have good balance, but now it's ridiculous. The sand. Must have been the sand. And you see him thinking back to when Hinata does the set off to Miya. And he's thinking all that training on an unstable, unreliable surface has given him unbelievable stability. And you see Miya setting the ball to Thomas, who spikes in between the defenders for a point. And you see Adria Thomas over the middle, score! You see... You see Kageyama just glaring at Hinata going, stupid sand. As Hinata's just looking at him all confused. We have Jackal 7 to Odler 6 in the second set. And you see Bakudo comes in from the left, and he's blocked as he tries to get in a spike. And he's blocked by... looks like Sokolov and Kageyama block him. And you see as the ball comes back into the court, Bakudo just reaches his hand out to the side and just baps it. He goes, but he gets a hand under it, keeping it alive. And you see the ball going off to Miya, who just dives in to get a setup. And you see Kageyama going, they're a mess over there. And you see him going, but knowing Hinata, he's charging in. Knowing Miya-san, he's definitely likely to use him. And you see Miya setting the ball in for Hinata, who comes in flying for a back row attack. And it gets bounced off of Kageyama, who jumps in to block it. And you see, good deflection. And Hinata zooms in for a back row attack, but Kageyama gets a hand on it. And you see Kosuke and Kogane off to the side. Kogane just like, eep! And Kosuke is Sakunami, 22, date tech grad construction work. And he goes, geez, Kogane-kun, are you still sympathizing with the blockers? And then you see Ukai and Takeda off to the side and going, is he cover? And Takeda goes, I was wondering, isn't it possible for Kageyama to bring out the freak quick again with perhaps Hoshiumi-san? And you see just this little doodle of him thinking of like a chibi Kageyama setting to a chibi Hoshiumi who's doing a spike serve. And he says, even if Hoshiumi-san isn't jumping with 100% faith like Hinata-kun used to, he is an expert at aerial battles over the net. I'm sure he must have the skill to hit a set that's coming at the speed Kageyama-kun can send it. A new weapon in the Freak Quake, complete with the unique spin Hoshiumi-kun could give it, isn't that an attractive option? Ukai goes, oh, I'm sure they could do that if they wanted to, but I don't think they do. Like you said, Sensei, Hoshiumi's a master at aerial battles. And you see off to the side as they're doing this, you see a set going off to Hoshiumi. And you see him as he's getting the ball. As the ball's coming to him, he's doing the whole little lock-on bit. As you see Atsumu, and I assume that's Goshiki. Gonna look at this really quick because I cannot remember any of the... No, I have no idea who that is for the Jackals. Trying to block it. And Hoshiumi-san is flying between them. I apologize right now. I'm going to be terrible with names for anyone that I do not know on either team. And you see Hoshiumi threads the needle, squeaking the ball through a crease in the block. And you hear the Liberio for the Jackals going, close that tight gap. He's like, geez, he got it through there? And you see Ukai going, to make the best use of Hoshiumi's skill set, I think rather than speed, the better choice is giving him time in the air. And you see an impressed Ukai just watching with a smile on his face as Kageyama gives a smirking to Hinata as he's walking by. And Hinata's like, what? And you see Mia going, the points I scored are my points. The points my hitters score are my points too. That's just how it works. And Hinata's like, what are you saying? And he's like, oh, wait. And he thinks back to Kageyama and he's like, oh, it's the same as back then. And Kageyama tells him, you only scored because of me. Nice kill. And you see another whiff as Kageyama sets the ball. And you have Romero coming in, just doing this amazing line shot with the wham as he sets it, sailing between Atsumu and the other blockers. And you have Romero scores from the left. And you have Ukai going, the reason it looks like they're just quietly racking up the points is because there's no shakiness to the sets. He's putting up nothing but solid ball after solid ball. There's nothing at all for his hitters to worry about, and nothing wonky going on to draw the crowd's attention. I gotta admit though, it's weird to say you're proud that one of your old pupils doesn't stick out. The kid is like, because like, not that I taught him enough to consider myself as master or anything. And you see Kageyama doing his jump serve again as the ball just goes perfectly flying in between Hinata and Sakusa, getting a untouched service ace so they can't react in time. And she score! An untouched service ace from Kageyama. It's like, oh, nice shot right in the seam. And you see it's now 9 for the Jackals, 10 for the Adlers. And you see Ukai going, and he promptly makes a liar of me. I take it back. He stands up like nobody's business. And Takeda's like, right. And you see another wham as Kageyama sends another serve flying in. And this time Hinata managed to come in and dig it, and he's like, too short. And you see again Kageyama puts it right in the seam between Hinata and Sakusa. Hinata bumps it, but it's shaky. And you see Atsumu kind of going in for lunge as he sets the ball and goes, Omi-kun! And you see Sakusa bouncing it off a triple block as the ball goes flying. And you go, Mia goes to Sakusa from the back row and is deflected off the block. And you see, oh god, I cannot for the life of me remember the old little giant's name. I want to say it was either Tenma or, yeah, I think it's Tenma. Goes, yeah, with his wrists, he can tool those blockers 6 ways from Sunday. And you see Hoshiumi jumping off to the side as he bumps the ball and goes, Hoshiumi hustles for the save. But it looks like his pass was a little long. And as you see the ball going for the net, you see the blockers trying to grab it, and Kageyama just reaches up with one hand, and you can see Romero off to the side going, gimme, 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 gimme. And Kageyama just does a one-handed pass off to the side. Oh, man. And you see Romero just slamming that ball down with an aye! And holy smokes, did you see that? Kageyama sends it all the way to the left with just one hand. And he goes for Tobio for a high five. Like, animal kara. I was like, Tobio, you animal, you. And you see Kageyama third serve. And you see Suna watching the match and goes, yeah, he'll still set those. He's like, ha ha ha. And you see the ball go flying in again. Sakusa managed to dig it. And Hanada's like, Omi-san, good bump. And he goes running up to the net. And then Hanada goes in for the serve as he slams the ball down between the defenders. You have Hanada from the left. And you see Heiwajima digs it. Uh-oh, it looks like this one's going back over the net too. And you see Bakudo and the others watching going, Kageyama, back row, no dump. And you see, this is Kageyama. He can easily set that ball to anyone. And you see Romero, Hoshiumi, what was it, Hirogami, I think? Who is it? Yeah, Hirogami running up, and Nushijima all running up to the net. And you see Kagonegawa going, the ball's going over the net. How come they're all making an approach? He's like, what is he so afraid of this time? And you see Kageyama thinking back to Hanada, smiling and saying, give me the next one too. And you have, I guess, the guys out there who'll push you to your limits and beyond. Don't necessarily gotta be on the other team. And you see Tanaka thinking, back in high school, only Hinata was monster enough to push Kageyama past his limit. But this is the pros. Oh man, I love this spread. You have everyone is a monster as you see little mini models of all the spikers running up to make their jumps. And you see just like these large ass silhouette shadows behind them. It's just, oh, so perfect. Love it to bits. It's just, And you see as they're all watching and they're getting ready to do a triple block, Kayako grabs the ball, does a center dump right behind him. And it bounces right behind Tsunade. Shivers like, buh! And you see Sugawara going, Kageyama shown that everyone... And you see Sugawara just thinking, Kageyama has shown everyone so many times that he can still set so many bad passes that it gives him the choice to not set it. And you see Kageyama just striking a badass pose. Everyone else behind him is just scrambling, trying to catch the ball before it falls. And you see the Adlers let the ball go and it plops back into the Black Jackal's court. That time Kageyama chose not to send it to anyone. Yeah, talk about being spoiled for choice. Jeff Tanaka just goes like, "Bwah!" It's like, bruh, he makes it look so easy. And thinks back to Hinata when he told him, he's like, we haven't lost yet, right? And he goes, the same goes for me. I haven't lost yet. Kageyama fourth serve. Oh, dive straight into the next chapter. As we have... We pick up where we left off with some from the other side. We see the Jackals trying to dive for the ball. We have Kageyama chose not to send it to anyone. As we have chapter 389, King of the Court, part 2, by Haruichi Furudate. Translation Adrian Beck, lettering by Erica Tariquez. And see the announcers going, his attackers knew well that even in that precarious position, Kageyama was easily capable of sending it to anyone. But more than that, Kageyama knew that they knew, and so he made the deliberate choice to simply let the ball go. Even back in high school, Kageyama had incredible finesse and technique. Now the passage of years has given him the confidence and experience to go with it. You see, now to be like, oh, he got us! And you see Mia's just so mad. He's like, just so you know, Shoyo-kun, this is your fault. And I was like, what? It's like you got all of us with that last one, you know? And Mia's like, you were the one who woke him up. And Hinata's just looking all confused. And you see off in the audience, someone's going, Kageyama's going overseas. What, next year was it? It's like, think so, yeah. So does he actually know how to speak the language? Like, it looks like he can communicate just fine with Romero and the others. It's like, true, maybe he just knows how to speak volleyball. And I think that's Yakuzawa on the side is going, ha, that'd be like him, yeah. And you see a Fui, you have Kageyama fourth serve, not gonna be Yakuzawa. Is that Kindaichi onto the side? Oh, I cannot remember what Kindaichi looks like most times if we even met him, but I'm just gonna assume that was. You Kageyama fourth serve as he just goes in with this forceful serve, and you see Hinata just digging it, and you see Hinata bumps it. It's a perfect pass. And you see Kageyama's getting ticked off, and you see Bakuda comes in from the right for a line shot and goes, Bakuda from the right, score! With the wham. You see Kageyama going, nice shot, Bakuda. It's like, whoa, awesome line shot. It's like, yeah. And you see finally the Black Jackals bump Kageyama out of the server spot. And you see audiences on both sides cheering. So you have a tump, tump, tump. And you see Atsumu doing a perfect jump serve, and he nails the ball right into the corner of the court. And you have score! An untouched service ace from Miya. He's been quiet so far today, but Atsumu Miya's serving can be pretty frightening too, especially when he gets in a groove. You see it's now Jackal 17 to Adler's 18. And you see Miya going in for another jump serve. As Hoshiumi pulls a Hinata, and he just goes in low for a bump dig, and he bumps it. And you see Hoshiumi bumps it. As you see, you see Hiragami off to the net, already jumping, and Kageyama's jumping up to set up the ball. And you see good pass, like Hiragami over the middle, but Kageyama sends it to the left. Romero bounces it off the blockers, and you see, I assume Sakusa and Hinata off the side blocking the ball from Romero. And you see, ooh, and Hinata dives and he digs the ball and goes, but Hinata hustles for the save. And you have Yaichi going, is it me or is Kageyama could not use all that many quick sets so far this game? Especially for him. And, like, yeah, I noticed that too. Both he and Miya-san are notorious for their ability to wedge a quick set in, no matter where they are or what's going on. But you know, the pass wasn't the prettiest, but Miya still goes, see the announcer now going, the pass wasn't the prettiest, but Miya still goes for the quick. But Hoshiumi is right there to dig it. And you see Yamaguchi continuing. He does have both Ushiwaka and Romero on the sides. That has to make it really tempting just to keep bashing away with those two. He's gotten through that way more than once already. And you see, as he sets the ball to Hiragami, he goes, over the middle, Hiragami score! And you see Tsukishima going, to me it looks like he's spreading the ball around evenly. But for Kageyama, he's been using his sides a lot more than usual today. And that most likely is entirely on purpose. And you see the rotation has Kageyama back in for the serve again. And you see him nailing another serve, and Hinata just barely manages to dig it as the ball goes flying. And you hear another nasty serve. Ladies and gentlemen, Kageyama's on a roll today. The ball flies right back over to the Adler's court, and you see Hoshiumi digging going, free ball, free ball. And you see again Ushijima and Romero making a beeline from the sides to go first for jumping for the ball. And you have Bakuda going, Ushiwaka, Romero in the front row, Adler's high power offensive rotation. But that quick a minute ago was a reminder they can still go over the middle. It's possible they drew our attention in the middle just to go back over to the sides. Wait, no, maybe that's what they want us to think so they can go back to the... He's like, it's like, now I'm confused. And you see he sets it for Hiragami once again to send another shot flying right through the middle. As you see, score! That's back-to-back shots over the middle from the Adlers. Kageyama has been using his MBS much today, but he chose to go to them again there. And you see Ione and the Date Tech guys off to the side going, damn it. You see Tsukishima going, Kageyama deliberately stayed away from the middle. He wanted to slowly pry the blockers out of their bunch shift into more of a spread. And you see Kageyama's second serve. And you see a let's serve as it just barely makes it over the net. And Inunaki dives in for the dump. And you see Ukai just being like, against this good of an opponent, just scoring it all is no small feat. But not only did he manage it, he used each point to lay the groundwork for more points later in the game. And you see Bakuda nailing another line shot in with Haiwa, who's just barely managed to bump it. And he goes, yapes, that sucker's in. And you see Heiwajima with the save, but it isn't pretty. He's like, Kageyama, I was like, on it. You see Hinata just watching as he's thinking back to what Mia told him. He's like, "You were the one who woke him up. I have no idea why he was so scared at the start, but at camp he was a really goody two-shoes who fell over himself trying to please his hitters. But then that first spring tourney, whew, it was like it was a totally different guy. He broke out these demanding sets that would have totally overwhelmed any average hitter. But you guys, that whole team of yours, you stepped up to the plate and you answered him." And you see, Mia is going, "Do you see it now? Do you get how freaking scary it is?" And he goes, "You lot at Karasuno took Tobio-kun, and you taught him he could do whatever he wanted and get away with it." And then I was just starting to shiver. He's looking scared. He's like, "Holy crap, that's scary." He's like, "Right?" He's like, "You're the face of Karasuno, so that makes it all your fault." And I was like, "I'm sorry?" Just my Furodate with that panel work is just I am not remotely even good enough as an artist or observer to talk about what makes this panel so phenomenal, but just kind of like the diagonal framing of the shot, where it makes it look like, you're seeing Kageyama ready to run up as he's tossing the ball. And you see him thinking back to everything that brought him here, back to Kindaichi telling him, "Cut it out, man. Your sets are freaking impossible. What's the point if we can't hit him?" And you see him seeing Ukai telling him there's no better set than the one that's easiest for your hitter to hit. Gramps harps on me about that all the time. And you see Kageyama saying, "But I can promise you that I'm doing all I can to be the best setter I can be." And they go, "Ha, that's hardly news either. You've been doing that from day one. Who cares if you're a king or not? It doesn't matter." And he's thinking, "I know now. All of you taught it to me, so it must be true." And you see Tanaka calling to him left as he goes, "We're here." And Hada telling him, "Give me the next one too." And Tsukushima saying, "Quit running away." And Sugawara saying, "If you feel that way about this team now, then I'm sure that you can feel that way about your next one, and the one after that, and the one after that. All your teams, even way in the future." It's just, and you see that perfect panel of Hinata just flying in the background as he's getting ready to set to him, and you see everyone else doing synchro attack. And you have Hinata, you have Kageyama, eyes just so bright as he's looking forward, and he goes, "Now, just like then, my hitters are there, and they're waiting for the best set I can give them." Love the I have to talk about this before I go on and forget. I love the juxtaposition of this panels where you have, in the previous panel with the double spreads, you have Kageyama looking forward to the future and everything that kind of set him up and enabled him to get to this point where he can play at this level with this skill. On the next page, you have him looking the other way back towards his past, and again, kind of confirming everything that, kind of him reminiscing about everything and everyone that helped him get to here. And he goes, "Now, just like then, my hitters are there, and they're waiting for the best set I can give them." As you see everyone again running up for a synchro attack, Kageyama sets it up for Hirugami again for another shot right down the middle. And you see, it wasn't the cleanest pass, but does that matter? No. Third verse, same as the first. Once again, Hirugami goes right over the middle for the score. And you have, "I was so convinced he'd go to his size this time, lol." Tobio Kageyama has the Black Jackal's blockers completely dancing to his tune. With trust in one hand and pride in the other, flanked on all sides by his powerful, faithful hitters, he stands tall as the king of the court. And you see Hinata as Kageyama smirking at him, just imagining the crown and the robe on him. Just, oh man, this was just too perfect. I'm so glad after all the Hinata focus, Furodate sounds like, "No, this time we're gonna focus on Kageyama. it's more than likely, because I don't think we see the final score, but it's more than likely that the Adlers won this set. And so it probably feels like for Dr. Sen's probably going to be going back and forth between the Adlers and the Jackals and focusing on them, like each set focusing on the characters from each one. And just, just seeing all the development that Kageyama's gone to and seeing how he's gotten to this point where he can play at this level and bring out the absolute best in the team, just like, well, similar to what the hell am I forgetting his name now? Oh, what the hell? I'm brain is drawing a blank. God, I know what Josai. Why is my brain drawing a blank right now? Oikawa, similar to Oikawa, bringing the best out of everyone on his team, and just absolutely nailing those serves and playing everyone like puppets. It's just too much. Haikyuu continues to be just such an absolutely phenomenal series, and man, I can't. Furodate is kind of rushing through these matches, but I cannot blame him for all the high level of play that's going on. And it really feels like it is going to end soon with this series, but I really can't complain because it has been and continues to be an absolutely phenomenal journey. I cannot wait to see where this goes from here. And so until next time, this is Ash. I will talk to you all later.